Yeah. Like Pokemon, man. Got to catch them all.
Got to catch them all. Well, you know what the Texans caught yesterday? They caught a wide receiver. This is the biggest news. Why can't this stuff break when we're live? You know what I mean? But the Bills, man, the Bills have lost their top 4 from last season. Their top 4 wide receivers, they're all gone. Goodbye. That's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Bills. But the Bills end up trading wide receiver Stefon Diggs to the Texans. In exchange, they get a 2nd-round pick, and they have to give up a 5th and 6th round pick. I think a 5th this year, a 6th next year, something along those lines. Bills are going to be stuck with a dead cap hit this season still of $31 million. So they're paying. They've got $31 million on the books for Diggs, who isn't going to be playing for their team this year.
Yeah.
What did you think about this trade? Because I got a hot take.
Oh, yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe I was talking yesterday, and maybe it's the best for both sides, man. You got the Bills getting some draft compensation back. I think they got a 2025 2nd round and 6th round, and then a 2024 5th round or something like that, I believe was what it was that they traded for him. But, I think Stefon Diggs' time, his days in Buffalo have been a little numbered now. You've had all this locker room drama going on. Him and Allen, they always will tell you they're fine, but they always seem to be feuding, in my opinion. They never look like they don't look like they're besties, man, like they out at the bar hanging out and stuff. And so, maybe this is a good thing for Stefon Diggs. He moves on, goes down there. Eventually, you see it a lot with these veteran guys, man. They wind up having a couple different stops. They were superstars in the league, and I think they kind of eventually get humbled a little bit. Maybe that's what's happening to him right here. Maybe he knows maybe this is kind of the last shot to go and be the guy somewhere. But, maybe both sides got a good deal. But I'm about to bet the Bills right now because they're trading away all their players. They're probably going to win the Super Bowl next year.
Probably. CU says, by the way, good morning. CU says, the more I bet and listen to different people, I decided it's called gambling for a reason. It's called investing. We're investing.
It's called gambling, sir, not winning. If they called winning, everybody do it.
The main thing is,
I don't want your money. I want your bookies' fucking money.
That's the main thing.
That's right.
Here we go. I think this was a terrible mistake by the Texans. Now, the Texans, to their credit, did try to go get Keenan Allen.
He's been trying to get this to you for 2 days, bro. He's been trying to get this to you he's been trying to get this to you for 2 days, like through Twitters and in the Smoke the Spread chat. He's tired of all y'all Purdy slander
yesterday in the chat.
But he's tired of everybody's Purdy slander. He thinks CJ Stroud's a game manager now, man.
No, he's a game man. If he had CMC, then he'd be a game manager because that's all you'd have to do is just hand the ball off to CMC like Purdy has to. Purdy couldn't figure that out in the Super Bowl. All you got to do is hand the ball off to CMC. That's all you got to do. Let him win it for you.
That's it. I've seen all his comments. He's been trying to chase you down to get that at you for 2 days now. So I want to make sure he got it in here this morning.
We're gonna have some fun topics this NFL season. We're gonna have some good back and forth. No, I think this is a terrible move by the Texans. Texans did, to their credit, try to go get Keenan Allen. They offered a 2nd round pick. It didn't work out, but they clearly were in the market to bring in a veteran wide receiver for CJ Stroud. I don't think this was it. Yeah, they got a good deal on it. Yeah, they're not really. They have the cap space to afford Diggs and to make this trade. I don't think the value, I don't think giving up the 2nd round pick for him was a bad trade. I think, what the hell are you doing with your young quarterback? You've got this young group of talented wide receivers, this offensive core. You bring in Mixon, a veteran running back who's probably getting close to past his prime.
He's been done.
Probably. Yeah, he's probably, but good, solid veteran running back. Now you want to bring in this guy? I get it. You want to bring in a veteran wide receiver. Go find someone else. What are you doing bringing in the biggest head case in the NFL right now? He's the biggest diva wide receiver in the league. Name someone else that's currently a bigger diva wide receiver than him. You want to bring that into that locker room with those young guys? Diggs isn't a leader. He's not one that's someone that you want as a role model to these young guys. There was people joking on Twitter yesterday, but there's a little bit of truth in every joke. Is they showed the Antonio Brown, when Antonio Brown took his shirt off and was leaving the game, right? When he ended his career.
Yeah. For my Bucks.
They said this is Stefon Diggs, the first time Stroud throws a pass to Tank Dell instead of him. Ooh. And I go, yes, because he's that big of a freaking head.
Maybe we can get an AB Stefon Diggs podcast. That would be gold. I'd watch it.
But do you get my point? Do you see what I'm saying? What are they doing bringing in? It's a gamble to bring in a head case like this, Cricket.
I agree, man. It is definitely a double-edged sword. The guy can come and give you a lot of production. Has been one of the best wide receivers in the league for years now, but always has brought that baggage with him. He had problems up in Minnesota, had problems in Buffalo, and we'll see if the problems continue down in Houston. But, I'm with you, man. You obviously got a guy with some elite talent, but at the same time, is that worth what you're getting in return when you throw in all the, like you said, the first time he's open and CJ Stroud throws it to Tank Dell or Nico Collins instead, and Stefon starts pouting over there on the sidelines, he gets all those feathers ruffled, that can spiral out of control real quick, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a gamble. It honestly, I was already thinking about it, but me, I was actually early and probably one of the only people in our group that was saying, "Hey, I kind of like the Texans this year. I think they're gonna like overachieve at the start of last season." And they did. I didn't think they were gonna do as well as they did, but I sure liked them over their season wins. I had CJ Stroud Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah.
Now the Texans are the favorite to win the South. I think I'm gonna bet their season win total under. I think I'm gonna look at spots to
under
fade.
9.5.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna fade this Texans team. Not that I don't think they're a good team, but I think they're starting to get overpriced, and I think they're starting to become a public favorite. So
I think that's a good idea.
I think
You
there's
get
gonna be
plus
some
money on it
value
right
on it.
now.
Yeah,
Under
I don't know
9.5.
if I'm gonna do it with futures. I don't know if it's the first week of the season I'm gonna look to fade them.
I bet
We'll
it
see
now,
how-
man. I bet it now
we'll
and take
see.
plus 115 under 9.5. It's hard to get 10 wins in the NFL, man. Still a
It
bunch
is.
of young guys out there, man. They overperformed, and they're going to have all that. Last year, they didn't have any of this pressure coming into the season. Nobody expected them really to be good. Let's be real. Nobody really thought the Texans were going to win the division, make the playoffs, and all that last year, and win a playoff game. Nobody saw that coming. And now you get the whole off season with people telling you how great you are and how bright the future is and patting you on the back. Maybe a little bit of complacency sets in. You don't working quite as hard in the off season as you were the year before. But we see this a lot in professional sports, man, where teams come out and overperform and then follow it right up with an underperforming year. So I don't hate that bet at all, man.
It's hard to win.
It's hard to win in
Each
professional
year.
sports, bro.
It's hard to win in the NFL year after year,
Agreed.
unless you're Tom Brady.
Agreed.
Shout
Or
out
Patrick
to the GOAT.
Mahomes.
Who?
Yeah.
By the way, what do we got going here? What's the background?
What's going on here? Yeah. What's going on, man? Where was this video? We get a link to this video, man. We'll share that right now.
Super James says allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. We'll share it, man. We'll be our own judge. We'll decide if it's you or not.
But I'm not hearing anyone talk about that. All I'm hearing about, this is a huge win. Look at all these weapons that the Texans have. This is great. But no one's talking about the.
Well, because those people aren't allowed to do like we do on the espresso shot and just get real
true.
with people and break it down for them, let you know what we don't tell you what you want to hear. We tell you what you need to hear, man. And a lot of these experts and stuff don't want to throw shade at Stefon. They're afraid he'll go in a Twitter battle with them, all this stuff. We're just saying, man, you've had problems everywhere you ever stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
I ain't afraid to tell you.
Watch, first play of the season is going to be setting 5-yard bomb to Stefon Diggs.
Absolutely. Bet him first touchdown of the season.
Just like CJ Stroud did that one weekend. What was it? Was it Tank Dell or something like that? Someone just went screaming down the side. The first play of the game, just a 75-yard bomb.
Tank Dell can fly, bro. He can absolutely fly.
He's got some wings. The Bills will carry over $30 million in dead money by trading away Stefon Diggs, but they do free up some cap space in 2025. So taking a punch in the face. Let's talk about the Bills. Is their Super Bowl window closed?
I thought it was. Now they got rid of the poison. Might be all right, man. They might. They're probably taking a note out of that Texans book. They're like, we're going to build it the way you guys did. We're just going to.
It's going to be
draft capital.
It's going to be so fun watching the Bills and the Chargers because they both traded away all their weapons, and they're just like, hey, we have a quarterback. Let's see how good this quarterback is.
Who do we draft? Who do we draft in fantasy, bro? Who do we find? There's a gem in there somewhere between the Chargers and the Bills.
At least the Chargers have a high draft pick, so they're like, we can go get one of these young stud wide receivers, right?
I think I might turn around and pile on Quentin Johnston again because
I think it might be a breakout year.
Because I always do this. I take a guy in his rookie season, he has a tough year, and I just like swear off of him, and he winds up going on to be a Hall of Famer, but I never get him again because everybody else locks him up. I missed my only shot. So I think I'm going to run it back with him again this year, give him one more shot.
That's not a bad play. That's not a bad play at all. I like that.
Especially with Keenan and Mike gone. He going to get some volume.
By the way, You want to know how I immediately felt terrible about my OKC bet? I found out I was on the opposite side of Diamond Dave Essler. It was triple dime bet. Diamond Dave
on the opposite
gave out
side
a
of Dave,
triple
on the same side
dime
as Trent.
of Boston minus 8.5, and I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna be good.
Oh, a triple dime. You should have cashed it out, bro.
I can't. My book doesn't let
Oh,
me.
your book doesn't allow cash outs. That's bogus.
I need to start betting on my bookie.
Yeah.